Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn for Root for America. Obamacare is dead. Maybe Trump and the GOP-controlled House just repealed Obamacare. Maybe, at least for the moment. At least until moderate Republicans in the U.S. Senate, who are afraid of their own shadow, get a hold of it. The repeal of Obamacare should have been easy. Democrats committed the worst fraud in history in order to sell Obamacare. A massive crime was committed on an unprecedented scale. President Trump needs to appoint a special prosecutor to start investigations and prosecute everyone involved. That's the way to sell the repeal of Obamacare. Report to the American people that Obamacare is an active crime scene. This is now an active fraud investigation. So why doesn't anyone in the GOP leadership point that out? But Republican leaders are so dumb, weak-willed, and cowardly. Now, I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about the congressmen and the senators. They're afraid they might offend someone. It might hurt someone's feelings. It might be ungentlemanly. Here's the truth. We were all robbed and defrauded. Obamacare is the biggest fraud in world history. A scam, a Ponzi scheme worse than anything dreamed up by Bernie Madoff. It was sold through deception, misrepresentation, and lies. Not to mention bribes like the Cornhusker kickback or the Louisiana Purchase. Let's start with taxes. Obama sold Obamacare by promising it wasn't a tax. Then he had his lawyers argue in front of the Supreme Court that it was not a tax. So how do you explain the fact that the repeal of Obamacare eliminates the Obamacare individual mandate tax, the Obamacare employer mandate tax, the Obamacare medicine cabinet tax, the Obamacare flexible spending account tax, the Obamacare chronic care tax, the Obamacare HSA withdrawal tax, the Obamacare 10% excise tax, the Obamacare health insurance tax, the Obamacare 3.8% investment surtax, the Obamacare medical device tax, the Obamacare prescription medicine tax, and the Obamacare retiree prescription drug coverage tax. That's quite a list of taxes for something sold as not a tax. That's called fraud. In the private sector, if you lie like that for a few $1 million, let alone a few $100 billion like Obamacare, you go to jail. Obama said, "I made a firm pledge. Under my plan, no family making less than $250,000 per year will ever see a tax increase, not any taxes at all." That statement is pure fraud. Obama should be sharing a prison cell with Bernie Madoff. But the biggest fraud isn't even the theft of taxpayers. Obama sold Obamacare by saying, if you like your health care plan, you can keep your health care plan. Obama also said if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Lies, fraud, misrepresentation, hundreds of videos are available online to prove this all. It's a fact that at the moment Obama sold Obamacare by saying we could all keep our health care plans, internal White House documents reported over 90 million Americans would lose their plans, and they did. Obama knew he was lying. It's called fraud. It's a fact that the architect of Obamacare, Jonathan Gruber, was caught on camera saying that Obamacare was sold through lies and misrepresentation because that was the only way to fool, quote, the dumb American people. His words, again, it's all in a video online. Obama promised premiums would drop $2,500 per family per year. They've instead gone up $4,865 per family per year. That's not fraud? If a private sector businessman promised a product would cut your bills in half and then your bills doubled, fraud, 20 years in prison. Obama also promised Obamacare would lower the deficit and debt both in the short and long term. Instead, the debt expanded by $10 trillion. The deficit is exploding and will keep getting worse for years to come as the costs of Obamacare explode. Pure fraud. So please tell me why this isn't the argument for the repeal of Obamacare. It doesn't even matter how many people Democrats claim it helps. It didn't help anyone. It was sold through pure fraud. This was a crime. It's an active crime scene. Everyone involved in the deceptive sale of this trillion-dollar scam and Ponzi scheme should be sent to prison for years to come because they knew when they sold it they were lying and committing fraud. They knew fraud was the only way they could sell it. That's the definition of fraud. Obamacare is an active crime scene. That's the argument Republican leaders should be making. I'm Wayne Allyn for Root for America. God bless America. And please, I pray that you rid us of the scourge of Obamacare.